Hi, my name is Joan, and it's been a long time since I've done a long form YouTube video, and I'm very excited to share what I've been working on. And so 2022 has officially ended, and it's been a very big transformative year for me. I mean, I went to a film festival for the first time in California, which I also visited for the first time. I went to New York. I submitted my short form documentary for a film festival in Columbus, and so that's also a big deal to me. I made a short film in about 2 weeks, and I submitted that for the Dream Store Shorts Film Festival, where it won for Funniest Film and Best Acting. I moved out on my own for the first time, and I decided to go back to therapy for a deep dive into my mommy issues, which is doing this thing. What I wanted to do to recap my year, I wanted to do another issue of the Intuitive Mind magazine that I did last year. And so that one I kind of did it like a, do your vision board as like a magazine instead. But this year I decided to make it like a whole centerfold. So I have an article. I put ads in there that I created, and I did a little editor's note with the articles. Like I had like what I learned and then like my goals, and it's kind of like going to be my Bible for this year. You know, something that I can look back onto when I feel misaligned, when I feel down, and knowing that I've took the time, I made these goals for myself, and it makes me really happy. Like, I wanted to use this project as a way to take my skills, fill them like a personal project for me. And so that involves my video editing skills, because I'm making this video, my photography skills, that includes solo photography and product photography. I wanted to use my project management skills that I learned from my certificate and really try to fuel a project that has deadlines, that has dates, that has scope, that has deliverables. And so I feel very accomplished in that sense, because I worked on my project management certificate all year. I think this is a really good project for me to not only include in my portfolio, but also just to end the year, because I had so much fun doing it. Like, I felt the most creative I felt in a long time. Like I said, I'm very excited to be sharing with you guys, and so without further ado, here is my magazine. All right, new setup here. So basically what I'm going to do is that this video, I'm going to be explaining a lot of what's on my computer screen, which I'll be recording on my magazine, and so bear with me here. All right, so here we have the cover of my magazine, and so honestly, when I look at this looks freaking amazing. It looks real. It's giving hashtag cover girl, you know what I mean? And so here is, you know, the Intuitive Mind magazine, and of course it has like the December issue, which represents the new year. And then here we have 22 wrap. This is what she learned, find your inner beauty, my name, how she's going back to basics in 2023. So basically that is my whole theme, back to basics. And so this is what it looks like. This cover, honestly, I took like probably 20 to 25 photos, and I only liked 2 of them. And so the solo photography didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but it's okay, because this, I'm actually topless, not naked, topless. And honestly, I really dig this. Like, truly one of my favorite like covers, photos, things I've ever done. And I'm definitely gonna be posting on my Instagram, which is Joan, but spelled with 4 O's, 4 A's, 4 N's underscore. Please go follow me. Okay, next here is the Notion ad. And so I wanted to do something with the advertisements. I wanted to do something related to the products I used in my life. And I had a couple ideas I was brainstorming, but I feel like it just did not work out in terms of like trying to set it up. And here, this was pretty easy. I went to my favorite page, Canva, and I took a screenshot of my Notion front page, so my second brain, and then I put it on a mock-up of a laptop, and then below I put the Notion logo, and then I get more done today, you know, a little bit of a slogan. I don't know if that's their slogan, I have no fucking idea, but I made it up. This is what this ad looks like. I freaking love it. You know, it is a little bit lower range. Like, I feel like I would give this like a, you know, a C plus, you know, a little bit. I really like it too, because this is something I use every day. I've completely restructured my second brain into my Notion, which I'll go more into it once we get to one of my favorite books of this year. Okay, next I have an editor's note. And so this is basically a note to myself, and this is what I wrote. Dear Joan, this magazine is strictly for you. This is to represent your accomplishments, your reflections, and highlights of 2022. This was so much fun to make and kickstarted my era of creativity to take me into 2023. Your goals and dreams are ever changing, but I'm glad you stuck with this personal project and believed in yourself to finish it. Your 2023 will be your best year yet, and nothing will get in your way, and I mean nothing. I love you. Because yes, you gotta love yourself. This is my little note, and then this is one of my headshots that I took earlier in like I think November, and I love it. So pretty. And we're moving on to the next. And so next, this is just like a random picture from my birthday, and this is actually probably one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. Like, this outfit is truly that girl. I wanted to do like a full spread with, like, you know, the whole glitz and glamour of your own photo shoot and things like that. That did not happen. That did not happen. And so instead, I decided to scroll through my pictures and be like, oh, what's some of the best pictures that from the previous year I really enjoyed? And so this is one of them. I really like this picture. This outfit is so pretty, and believe it or not, I did cry on my birthday, and this year for my birthday we're having none of that. And then here is another piece. I actually was looking for prints to put in my office corner, so to kind of fill up the background, and I really like this. And what can I say? I love definitions and words. I like that type of aesthetic. And so this one says, inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated by someone or of something, or to do something creative or feel a certain way. And so I want to be inspired by myself. And what I mean is that, like, lately when it comes to looking at other content, I want to be inspired by myself. And what that means is that lately I actually had to delete my social media to start out the new year, because I was looking at other fellow creatives and I love the work that they're doing. That is truly inspiring, but I wasn't really inspired by them. I felt jealous, I felt envy, I felt sad because that wasn't me. And so I decided to delete my social media. And this month I kind of want to take it upon myself to really work on my projects for myself and be inspired by myself. I mean, I literally watch some of my previous videos and I get inspired because I love what I'm talking about. I love the subjects I'm talking about. And, like, yes, do they average about 15-20 views a video? Yes. But I feel like in the past, like, 2-3 years, I've definitely discovered a lot in terms of my skills, in terms of video making, editing, you know, project planning. And so this is something I kind of want to keep in here as a little caveat, you know? Next is what I learned. And so these are just big things that I didn't really want to go into. These are kind of like snapshots of what I learned. And so the first one is I moved out on my own. After so many years of going back and forth with my decision, being scared I wasn't able to do it. I did. In fact, it was another 3 weeks, no less, and I learned so much when it comes to living on my own. Moving out has prompted me so much introspection into how I move through my day-to-day life, and that I wasn't aware, and it dug up some hurt and angry emotions. I want this next 7 months left of living in this apartment to structure a place where I can be at peace and well rested. The next part is figuring out my morning routine should be simple. I finally created the routine menu that was the key in leading away from so much advice and actually experimenting with what I want. And it's simple: stretch, breakfast, read, write, or watch YouTube, and in cohesion with stretching, meditation as well. Realizing that my friends are supportive but not great accountability partners. Yeah, that one was kind of a big one. One thing I definitely want to work on this year is networking and just meeting new people and getting into new creative groups. And so they will always support me, but accountability, I will have to look elsewhere for that. And the next one here is I need to find a mentor. And that's definitely one too, is that I need to find someone in the field that I aspire to be, aspire to work with. And so this is something that I'm also really looking to, and that is where networking comes in. The next one is I published my first documentary short. This was a year in the making, and I'm proud of the story. I can't believe I even submitted to a film festival. Fingers crossed it gets accepted. Doing this short made me learn a lot about filmmaking, and my hopes for next year is to experiment a lot more and not be afraid to fuck up while trying. The next one after that is I need to trust my intuition more. and I feel like that's something that is definitely coming through. Don't forget all the things that you need to do that makes you happy. That means listening to music on the floor, painting, scrapbooking, going on solo walks, cooking, writing. These are things that I love to do. I don't know why I stopped doing those things. And maybe it's because I felt like I had to do it for social media, but I love doing those things before I even post on social media. And so I want to do more of that. The next thing after that is purple is my fucking color, and I will be wearing it more. And as I'm going through this magazine, you will definitely see that purple is the common color and shades of purple. The next one after that is one project at a time. You get a new idea and you dump it for later. Now, this one is kind of interesting because I want to get in the habit of batching, and I know that's kind of hard because I have energy levels that deplete after a while, and you know, most of my time is really in the morning. Like, that is when I'm at my peak energy, and so obviously during the week that sucks because I work. And I wanted to just think of it like, okay, think of one project at a time. If we take the time slowly, we can hit all the things that we need to do in a timeline, and it should be relatively, you know, on time, per se. And so, for example, I already brainstormed all the ideas that I want to post on YouTube for this week. And the platforms I'm really focusing on this year would be YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I really want to get into posting Instagram, like fun stuff like I used to post like in middle school. And so I'm gonna probably post my cover on my Instagram page because it's like, I created this, it's gonna go on my page. And so in terms of that, social media, I feel like it's kind of like a different beast versus like me wanting to do like a visual, which is something I want to work on this quarter. And so that would be a project. So it's like, okay, I'm going to work on this visual and get this done during this month too, instead of like, I don't know, like a film or like doing like X amount of films at the same time, or like, you know. And so right now I just want to start one project at a time and, you know, keep it pushing. Next thing after that is that I am consistent in some things. I know I did see this TikTok about how as a neurodivergent person, you shouldn't be looking for consistency, you should be looking for sustainability. And that has completely changed the way I look at that, because I have been consistent in things. I've been doing my weekly reset every single week since like 2017. That has never broke me. If I miss a week, I'll feel it. I feel it if I miss a week. If I push it a day, then I push it a day. But I've been consistent in that. I listen to new music every single Friday without fail. I check out any new albums, any new singles, new artists, everything. I am dedicated to music. I love music. It's like probably a second layer to myself that gets added. And so I am consistent in some things, and I think when it comes to sustainability, the biggest factor was my morning routine. I was doing everyone else's morning routines and not taking the time to figure out my own. And because of my productivity queen, Michelle B, I figured out the menu. The menu is what I need. You need stuff for your low energy days, your medium energy days, and your high energy days. And I've discovered that, and it's so easy now. I get up and I just do what I need to do. Second to last thing on here is that I don't need permission for anyone to do anything, which is very true, because I'm getting to the point where I've never really imagined my late 20s. I don't know what I want. I am confused more than ever. And so I don't need permission to do anything. I signed up to do a show, an audition for a show, which I've been looking for months. And it's The Bodyguard, which I'm very excited. And so when I signed up for it, I felt this urge of, you know, excitement like I haven't felt in a while, in a couple of years. And so I'm very excited for that. And it kind of got that ambition back in me, you know. And the last thing on here is no one knows me better than me. No one knows anything more than me. No one's gonna love me better than me, more than me. And I'm taking that into 2023. So that is what I learned. I love this section. It's really cool. All right, and here's another picture that I love. Okay, I took this at the Lincoln Social Bar in Columbus. Funny fact, when we actually went into this bar, It was very packed, and we left within 15 minutes. But this is also one of my second favorite pictures. I love this purple top. I got it at Rue 21. I think I also got the skirt from Rue 21 as well. And the faux locks was a mood. I'm getting those done pretty soon. Okay, here are my favorites from last year. These numbers aren't really as updated. Like when it comes to the films, like I think I got up to 100 films and 26 TV shows because I'm currently watching Scandal again for the third time, okay? Scandal is crazy. If you've not seen Scandal, go watch it. But here are some of my favorite ones on here. The Woman King. I love The Woman King. That's my favorite movie of last year. Nope was pretty good. Tick Tick Boom has a soft spot in my heart because I love Jonathan Larson. Wishtwen is a French film that I saw at the Santa Barbara Film Festival, and it's about this author who goes undercover working as a maid and is trying to dissect poverty in France. And I still think about this film. I probably might rewatch it soon because it was a really good film. I really enjoyed it. And some TV shows on here. Paper Girls, which did not get renewed. It got canceled, and that's a really good show. The Bear was like a fresh breath air. The filmmaking was beautiful. Probably the most realistic show I've seen all year. Reacher was a pretty good action show. I like Jack Reacher, the movie with Tom Cruise. That is probably one of my favorite comfort movies. It's like almost 3 hours long. I don't know what it is with some films that I like that are 3 hours long, but it hit. You know, it hit. And then over here, there's music and podcasts. Now, I did not put any podcasts on here, but some of my favorite podcasts that I discovered that I was still listening to was That's Messed Up. Too Smart for This by Alexis Barber. I really love her journey as a content creator. I just started listening to Delusional Diaries with Bria Jones. That one is really good. I do like Redacted History with Andre Smith. He's a very popular TikToker. His name is Blackout on TikToker. That podcast is really good. I have my own podcast with my best friend Mel called Listen to This Shit. We're two best friends, just talk about whatever we want, and I loved our podcast last year as well. And those are some of the big ones that I really enjoyed. But when it turns to music, of course, Beyonce Renaissance, the album was everything. Now, Flow over here, this 3-piece trio, I love me some R&B. Okay, so they're my favorite album / EP of the year. No skips. Genuinely excited for them to see. I did see Paramore this year, which was crazy. I loved them live. I don't listen to K-pop that much, but Pixie and Moon Soojin's song Non De Donja, I'm probably butchering the name. That was actually my most listened song of the year. It's a really good song. Sleeping Where Sirens really came towards the end of the year. I loved their album. I don't know what it was. And then I listened to Asking Alexandria as well. Very good one. And now we have books. So I read 27 books because I did finish Saga volume 10. And these books here were some of my favorites. The Last Housewife was my favorite book of the year. If you're into culty sex shit, that is it right there. It's good. Now, Building a Second Brain is probably one of my favorite nonfiction books that I read last year, was because it's like getting your digital life into, it's like it hub. And it completely restructured my Notion, completely restructured how I enter things, how I store things, how I capture things. I've been writing so much in my journal, and on my Notion, I've completely revamped different areas in my life, different projects, my articles and notes, and thoroughly enjoyed this book. I learned so much from it. I don't remember learning so much from a self-help book like this. I recommend, if you're looking for a digital productivity system and you don't know where else to go, I recommend Building a Second Brain. Then we have a couple of memoirs on here. Jeanette McCurdy, I'm Glad My Mom Died. That was a good book. Also, jump-started me into my mommy issues. Of course, we got the Queen, Viola Davis here, and her book, which is very good. And some of the other books on here, The Other Black Girl, When No One Is Watching. I love social conscious black horror, especially in books, because when I tell you the Get Out effect is real, it's real. I should do a video on that, because people realize how big an impact Get Out was. I really don't think so, but again, that's another video. Okay, here we have a mock ad that I did with the Rose Jam body spray. Now this is my favorite spray. If I can get this in perfume form one day, I definitely will. But the vibe I was going for this mock shoot was that obviously it's called Rose Jam, so I wanted rose petals, I wanted a little bit of the strawberry jam, I wanted something, you know, a little bit fun. And so make yourself this irresistible on this Valentine's Day. And so this has some rose, it has some a little bit of vanilla, and I have my hand in there. Honestly, I mean, a little bit of Photoshop goes a long way, because there's this other, like the white line border is so fucking bad, but I made it work, and it makes me happy, and this is just so good. Okay, here, so I have my identity board. I did see this on TikTok, and I wanted to make my own identity board, and basically these are just all the things that I just need to like reinvent myself, you know, like to instill myself. So I'm a photographer. I love film photography. That's a hobby I'm getting into. I'm Haitian American. I love to cook. And over here are my values. So I have consistency, creativity, I'm resilient, loyal, I have clarity, open-mindedness, I'm humorous, I'm passionate, and that's why I have laughter down here. Laughing, I love to laugh. I have a huge laugh and I love it. And here I have filmmaking, because I love to make films, I love to create. I'm a star, okay? I know I'm a star. I love performing. I'm a Leo moon. This makes sense. Speaking my truth, I have a little typewriter down here, and it's because I love writing, and I'm currently writing a feature length about, that's kind of like a semi-biographical piece, and I just want to learn, to learn how to just like speak my truth and get it out there and not really dwell on it, because this is who I am, and this is what I want to express. I have this picture here which has my big three, so I'm an Aquarius sun, Leo moon, Virgo rising. This is also one of my second favorite pictures. I will be getting a septum for my birthday, and so this will be happening. Down here I do have I have an active lifestyle, okay? I may be a bigger person, and I've always been a bigger person, but I love getting movement. I love dancing. I love Zumba. I love lifting. I love long walks. I love swimming. I love everything that's active. And actually, I was reading on the this one astrology app that I heard from Alexis Barber, Chanty, about how there's actually an aspect of my chart that says I'm an active person, the way that could be a bodybuilder, an athlete, or just active. So I was like, that's very interesting. And then here we have a purple color palette, because I love purple and I want to wear more purple. Okay, now this is my vision board for next year, for this year. And so I kind of have different things that kind of represent different things. So my themes, or like my phrases that I put up here. So like obviously the things I want is like I want practice, I want to be resilient, passionate, creativity, I want to be financially independent, balanced, I want to have radical acceptance, I need to reparent myself. And so those are these little pictures represent. And so here I wrote, don't forget to practice, because ultimately I can sit here and be upset about how my life isn't going a certain way, but then I sat and forget that people are doing and I'm not. So I have to practice, I have to. And I am resilient. I'm trying to be more resilient. I'm trying to, you know, instill being confident in myself in that sense. Stay passionate. I want to stay passionate about my hobbies up here, which I'm painting. I put a little bit of hair stuff because I want to get, you know, a little more comfortable with my hair, try different hairstyles. I did put theater there because I want to go back to theater. And I did put rug making. I want to try rug making. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then below, I have, I want to reach financial independence. I want to reach to a point where I can freelance half the time and then have a part-time job that pays me a lot. And so, I also want to get my credit card balance to a 0. I only have one credit card, but it's a major balance. And so I also want to learn how to freelance, and down here I want to create balance by taking care of myself, eating foods that I love, you know, foods that I need, foods that I want. And then over here, I have one where I want to reparent myself. And so I want to use acceptance and accept my flaws and really just get in the nitty-gritty of, you know, going into my inner child. It's like serving my inner child, serving my inner teenager. And so that is what my vision is looking like for this year. Okay, so now this really just breaks down my goals completely. And so when I zoom out, where do I want to focus my time and energy? And so I wrote, I'm going back to basics. I want to focus on my inner child and inner teenager to reparent myself. I would like to focus on separately myself and my career. I want to cultivate a balance, a work-life balance per se. And I also like to invest in myself without becoming hyper independent and accepting the natural consequences of putting myself first. So what does that mean? So first, in the physical health, I want to get 30 minutes of movement at least 4 times a week. And so for me, this means structured workouts, at-home workouts, group workouts, even just like trying to track how much I move on the day-to-day. And then I want to adjust my food plan to a Mediterranean food plan. So at least 3 meals a week where whole foods and grains are included. The next is mental health. I want to prioritize daily self-care rituals. So creative self-care, that's singing, dancing, painting, making videos, taking pictures, body self-care, in-depth shower, do my nails, face mask, foot massage, gua sha, self-massage, or even just miscellaneous self-care ideas, a nature walk, journal, talking to my friends and family, playing computer games. And the next is a continuation of the mental health is I want to learn how to reparent myself. So I want to acknowledge the pain that my inner child and who caused it, then release the blame. I want to validate my inner child. I want to practice loving discipline with myself, practice self-care, and then refine my childlike wonder. All right, so the next page is going to be career and work. And so my goal is to gain 50 new clients by the end of this year. I learned how to build successful and creative relationships with people in my field, and that has resulted in consistent work throughout the year. And then I also want to build a successful work-life balance. I live within my own boundaries related to work and lead with a will to live a good life. And then next after that is my finances is money. I want to pay off my credit card balance. I want to pay bi-weekly amounts to my credit card and take out my credit card out of my wallet to limit unnecessary use, which I have not done, so I will do that today. I think another thing that kind of ties into that is maintaining my planned bi-weekly budget. Use 4 separate bank accounts for their intended purpose. So I would like to introduce an allowance for myself and really try to save as much money as I can and have something that I can use and be like, okay, this is what I allowed for myself. Obviously, if it's something I don't need, then I don't need it. And another thing that ties into that is really just having more finance goals and like going over my monthly finances to see where I'm doing, what I'm doing wrong, or how am I keeping up. And so next here is my 2023 bucket list. And so when it comes to my bucket list, I kind of wanted to, go out the scope, like really try and dig deep. Like, what are some things that I just wanted to do, haven't thought of anything, right? Here, I wrote, I want to watch 100 new movies in theaters this year. I want to submit and win a film mentorship. I want to go to the Ohio Theater and see a show. I want to learn how to shoot a gun. I'm interested, okay? I want to pay off my credit card. I want to ride a horse, and I want to get to a comfortable weight where I can ride the horse. I don't want to necessarily be skinny. So let me just say that. I want to create my own signature cocktail. I think that'd be kind of fun. I want to master the skill of networking and not have to think about it. That is where I want to be. I want to create or join a new creative friend group. I want to have a loft apartment. I want to own my own bike. I want to go on sunrise dates, and maybe we'll save that for the spring and summer. I want to go to state parks. I love being in nature. I want to go to more. I want to venture out. I've seen the state parks. I've seen the map for Delaware. I want to figure that out. I would like to go to the drive-in, maybe alone, maybe with friends or my fiance. I would love to build the skill. I love to take up rug making as a hobby. I've seen the videos from New Yorkers that are doing those rug making classes, and I'm interested. I want to know. I also want to build up the skill of storyboarding. I think to me this would be like the closest thing of like visualizing my film without doing it. Having something like, oh my god, I know this isn't like real life, but like it is a film. Like everything is storyboarded out. It's movement. I want to see that. Okay, I've seen too many of the storyboards for Nando V movies, and I'm interested. The next thing is to meet another celebrity or public figure. Last year I met Kenneth Branagh. This man looked me in the eyes. I will not forget. I want to get 3 new tattoos this year, and I'm definitely getting one on my birthday. I might get one during summer, and I might get one during the fall. So, you know, spread it out a little. Want to get into community theater again. And this is why I'm very excited, because I found a new show that I'm auditioning for, and hopefully I can find more throughout the year. Next is I want to direct a music video. Like, I want to work with someone and direct a music video. I like I said earlier, music ties so much into my filmmaking process, and I would just love to venture into that and be given the chance to see a vision through. I think it'd be so cool. I don't know, I think it'd be so cool. I want to read the book before the movie. I know that sounds pretty weird, because I've always been a person where I'm like, I'd rather just watch the movie. But I don't know, I've really been getting into fiction books, and I just want to read a little bit more. So I just see that as a little fun challenge. Next is to take an improv class. I suck at improv. Live my perfect day. I want to create an ideal day for myself and really live it and see how I feel. Get an astrology reading. That is something I want to definitely learn. I love astrology, and I do also want to like become a like self-astrologer myself. I'm very interested. I want to find a mentor. I said that earlier. And then I want to learn how to let go. I want to learn how to let go of past beliefs, people, mindsets, everything. And so that's something I want to do. And then the last thing on my magazine is a Sprite ad, because I love Sprite. Now, Obey Your Thirst is actually their slogan. And so this is something I created, and I'm also very proud of it. And that is the end of my magazine. I am very excited for this project. I'm very excited to see where my channel is going to go this year. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers. I think that is a worthy goal. And so I'm very excited to post more of my work on here, post more studio vlogs. I'm excited to do video essays, and with video essays I'm actually going to try and take a little bit more deeper and dig more into theory and really work within that mindset, because I do have a degree in film studies. So film critique and analysis is what I did a lot of, and I was looking through some of the, you know, other papers that I wrote in college, and there was this one paper I wrote about the dressmaker, which has Kate Winslet in it, and I've been thinking about it, and I really want to do a video essay on it, because that's probably one of my favorite Kate Winslet's movies, is The Dressmaker. I think it's underrated. I'm excited to take video essays on and take a little bit more in depth of, you know, what I want from them. And so yeah, that is my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video inspired you to make your own magazine, to do your own vision board, and I'm really excited to see what your goal for 2023 is. So go ahead and comment that down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.